Good afternoon, everyone. It's Alison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Alison. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, which is a suburb outside of Vancouver on the West Coast. So, welcome to all of you joining me today. If you're watching me on a replay, either on YouTube or on my Facebook page, please leave a comment when you watch, and I'll see those and appreciate it. Hi, Keisha. How are you today, friend? Hope you're good. Can you hear me? Okay, I count on Keisha to be my technology person. So she'll let me know if she can hear me or not. Hopefully she can. She'll give me a thumbs up in a minute. Hi, Alexina, from all the way from Nova Scotia. So it's about 7 p.m. there, right? Yeah, I think so. I think you're in the maritime time. All good, and I'm good crafting on this pouring. Oh yeah, it's not a great day here on the West Coast, that's for sure. But it's warmed up considerably, so I'm grateful for that, right, Keisha? Yeah. Oh, good. Well, thanks for tuning in, Alexina. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, guys. So I'm just going to give you a little preamble as everybody pops on. We've only been a minute, I think. So sometimes it takes a couple minutes for people to find me. I am going to be using the, hi Ellie, how are you? I'm going to be using the Perennial Lavender Suite. Now, I've used it a lot, and I wasn't going to use it today, but I have the opportunity. Hi Carol, how are you? Rainy in Swiss, yeah. I bet it's, well, this is not, you're not a frozen popsicle in a Swiss, yeah. I wanted to show it again today because I have a great offer. I have just two kits left for the class on February 3rd. And if you missed out or you weren't aware of it, I wanted to just show again all the things that we're going to do and everything that you get in your class. Okay, so let's just go over there. And I'm going to come over and join you at my workstation. So the Perennial Lavender Suite is on page 22, 23, 24, and 25 in the mini catalog. It's what we would call a mega suite. Reason, oh, hi, Mo. How are you? We call it a mega suite because it has more than one bundle. Okay, so there's two bundles. So you can either get one or two or none. You can use other products. So let me show you. Here's the stamps, and they both have coordinating dies. Okay. I think the perennial postage is red rubber and the painted lavender is photopolymer. Okay. So for my class on February 3rd, what are you going to get? Well, let me show you. You're going to get half a package of the designer series paper. It's cut 6 by 12. Here it is. You can see all the beautiful patterns. Let's lay it out. So pretty. Okay, here we go. Is that it? No, even more. Is that it? 12, yeah. Okay, so you've got the 6 double-sided. We cut them to 6 by 12. So everything you need. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful designer series paper. So you're going to get that as part of your goodie bag. You're going to get a full package of the gems. What are these? Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. You're going to get one sheet of butterflies. So that's 5 butterflies altogether. And you're going to get the consumable products to make 6 cards. Okay. So this is how they come. They come in the envelope. And then when you open it up, you're going to find all the pieces that you need. Okay. And we are going to create together on a Facebook Live on February 3rd. Now, some people, even though you guys are maybe watching me on Facebook and don't mind Facebook, sometimes people don't like to do a class on Facebook, and I understand that. So what we're doing this time is after we presented on February 3rd, we are going to upload them to YouTube, and then you're going to be able to watch them over there on YouTube at your leisure. Okay, so let me show you. This is card number 4. So you can see you've got all the little bits are cut out for you. We have chosen a coordinating ribbon to use in our cards. Let me show you that one. And we pre-cut that for you. We also cut any of the dies that are not included in the painted lavender or the perennial postage. So if they're included in that, we don't cut them because we assume that you've got the bundles. But this is the ribbon that we're using, coordinating with our cards. And it is Lost Lagoon, and it's just this bordered ribbon, 1/4 inch. So really pretty. So we cut the length that you need and put it in your little kit. Okay, so that's what your kit includes. It's $45. No, it's $50. Sorry, because there's 6 cards. It's $50. Now, you do not have to purchase the product, like the bundles, through us. You can already have them. That's fine. But if you don't have them and you want a skookum deal, order them as part of the class. And I'm not charging shipping or taxes on them. And order both of them, and you're going to get a full pack of that designer series paper instead of half. Okay, so that's a good deal. All right, so what I wanted to do today, let me just get sorted for today, was I'm not sure if you were lucky enough or you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. I don't know how many of you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. The January 2024 Paper Pumpkin, which was called, just get the right name here, Lovely Lavender, beautiful. It coordinated with all these products. Now, if you didn't have an opportunity to get the kit, you haven't completely lost out, because what you can do is, if you have an account, a Paper Pumpkin account, you can order the refill kit. Now, the refill kit comes with all the products to make the cards, except you don't get the spot. The spot is gorgeous grape. You might already have a large regular size pad. And it doesn't come with the stamp set. But honestly, you can use the stamps from Perennial Postage. You can sub them. Or from any other sentiment stamp, actually. Okay? So don't feel like you have to have the original kit. You can still take advantage of that. Okay? Now, I am a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. This is an email that I got. I think they send it out to all customers that are subscribers. And it has some really nice alternate products. So I thought I would, or projects, using the kit. Now, I don't have the kit, so we're going to use other products to recreate it, okay, with what we do have. Now, the other thing I wanted to just mention is there is a set of little dies called the Love of Spring dies. And it is, there's $16.50. I'm going to put up the, I'll put up the number here for you. Let me see here. There it is, the Love of Spring dies. So it's number 164236, 396, $16.50. Okay. So write that down. So you can grab those, and they are used or coordinate with the January, February, March Paper Pumpkin. So really good deal. Okay. All right. So let's start creating. Talked enough. Okay. I've got some, I think I'm only going to use Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather, but I did pull out Fresh Freesia too, just in case I wanted to use that. Okay. Gosh, my camera's a little off. I'm going to take off that banner. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's make a couple of cards at least, minimum of 2 cards here. So the first one I want to make, I've started, let me just reach over here and remind myself what I'm doing here. I've started with a basic white. Now I'm using the thick basic white because I find that if you're going to put a whole bunch of elements on top, it's thick enough and sturdy enough that it makes a really nice card base. Okay, so it's just cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So just our regular size here. Then I've gone ahead and cut a piece of designer series paper. I've cut it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to take up the whole front of the card. Usually we do this, right? We make it a little bit smaller. Not today. Covering the whole thing up. Isn't that pretty? Look at the back. That's pretty too. Okay. I need some glue. My favorite glue is the multi-purpose white glue. Hi, Sally. Hi, Mary. Hi, Pat. Oh, nice to see you. Gosh, got a lot of people jumping on today. Ugh, this glue. Get going here. And from all over. Got Ontario people, Nova Scotia people, BC people, maybe an American. Not sure where Mary's from. Can never keep everybody straight. They have to remind me. Okay, so that's a very subtle pattern, I think. I think that's nice. So I wanted to grab a piece of crumb cake. This is 3/4, I think, by, let me just double check. 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so I'm just going to add this. You know, years ago, I used to make cards all the time where if I didn't have the ribbon that matched, we just used a piece of cardstock and mimicked a ribbon. So you can try that. Now, I could leave this plain, but when I was creating this card, I actually used, if I can find it, yeah, there it is. I used a folder, an embossing folder. So Painted Posies 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to run this through. Now, I want, pattern is going this way, so you kind of want to make sure you got your card in there going the right way. I wanted just a bit at the bottom. I didn't want it all the way up on my card. Okay. So I'm just reminding myself what I did here. Yeah, that's what I did. Now, for this, you do have to use the large regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So I got platform number 1, and I'm going to place that on top. And then on top of that, I'm placing plate number 4. Okay, I'm going to run that through the machine. For those of you who follow me, I have a shaky table, so I can't put my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on top, but I'm going to buy myself a new table like next week, so that hopefully we're back to not having it wiggle and jiggle. Okay, so when we do that, we take it off. This is where we end up with this nice embossing. Okay, all right. So next up, put that aside for a sec. I'm going to grab some dies. Got this one. Now this one here, I'm going to use. I've got Lost Lagoon. Love Lost Lagoon because it's not green and it's not blue, right? Thanks, Pat. Oh, hi. Who else do we have? Bobby. Alexandria, Virginia. I have a friend who lives in Alexandria, but it's Minnesota. So it's probably like Canada. We have more than one city named the same thing, right? Different states and different provinces. Welcome. We really have spread out today. Thank you for coming. Okay. So we've got our, to me, I think this is rosemary. I'm not 100% sure, but to me, it looks like rosemary. What do you guys think? I think so. So what I did, because I'm making more than one card today, I've already gone ahead and cut out a couple of more. Okay. All right. So let's see what else I'm going to cut out today. I've got a piece of vellum. Our vellum is like a cardstock weight. And I'm going to use one of the postage dies. And then I've also got a piece of basic white. And I'm going to use the SNCC size die. Okay. So let's run those through. Now this time, our sandwich is a bit different. Our sandwich is the platform, which is number 1, and then plate number 2, plate number 3, and then our cardstock with our die, and our vellum with our die. And we're just going to run those through. Okay. I hope you guys are warm where you are. I heard that the eastern part of the country was going to be warming up. I saw it on the news last night, and I saw that it was right into the United States, where it would normally be frigid. It was, you guys were going to start warming up. So hopefully that's a good thing. Because sometimes warming up melts the snow too fast, then we end up with a different problem, don't we? So hopefully that's not the case. I think Toronto might be getting cold, though. I can't remember. Anyway, we've warmed up considerably here. So we've got our 2 bits here, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and put some glue dots on here. Now, you can use the white glue and just be really strategic. By strategic, I mean put it in a place where it's going to be covered with this piece. But because I'm a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, I have the Paper Pumpkin glue dots. So if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, don't throw these out. I used to think, oh, I hate these. And now I'm like scrounging for them. Love them because they are flat, meaning that they don't have that, you know, like they don't have that big bump of the larger ones. And also they're really easy. Just take your Take-A-Pick, kind of just stick it under and they flip right off. And you end up with that little bit of glue that is fairly transparent. It's about as transparent as you can get. Okay, so just lay that down. There we go. Okay, now we've got our little rosemary bits. And I'm going to just put one there. And then I'm going to have this one with the stem. Normally, I was doing this a lot, like having it so that it was, you know, that kind of, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give the illusion that this piece is like one piece almost. Okay, so I'm going to have that go across. Oops. And then I've got this piece, and I'm just going to have that kind of like that. Okay, now to hold this in place, let's grab some of our tear and tape. And just going to lay that flat on there. I'm not going to take the backing off. I don't need to take the backing off. It's fine the way it is. Once I've got all that kind of settled, I can go in with my white glue and just add a titch. Okay. Just add a titch to there and a titch to the top of this one just to hold it down. And then this little guy hanging over the edge here. There we go. Okay. You just have to kind of hold that down until it sets. I don't know what's your favorite type of glue, you guys. Snow is melting and the rain is coming Thursday. Well, we've got rain here, Bobby. We had snow last week. It shut the city down. Vancouver doesn't get a lot of snow, but when we do, it's kind of lethal. No school, no garbage pickup, no mail, nothing. Anyway, we're back to normal this week. The snow is all gone. And we had like 30 centimeters. Oh, centimeters. How many inches is that? 15 inches, you guys? I think so, something like that. Let's stamp our little postage. Now, I have just re-inked my Gorgeous Grape. I had no idea that I didn't have Gorgeous Grape re-inker. And so we'll see how, but this is like, whoa, and it is compared to what it was last week. Oh, that's perfect. I'm just going to let that sit for a sec because I'm a little worried it's going to be a little juicy. Nope, it's all good. All right, let's add some dimensionals to this guy. And pop it up. Layering and adding dimension is so great, right? We'll just put that in the middle of that vellum piece. So the vellum is just creating a nice little, can you see that? There it is right there. And the last thing I wanted to do, well, not the last thing, but the last element, I guess, is one of the butterflies. And I showed you these earlier. Oh, probably can't see that part of the butterfly. There he is. Now, I didn't want them white. I want them colored. So I am going to use that fresh freesia And I'm going to grab one of our blending brushes, and I'm just starting off the paper. I'm just going to color poor little antennae. Being a little rough on the antennae. I'm just doing the inside. I don't want my whole butterfly colored. Okay, and if I don't think that's dark enough, which it might not be, then I could add a little titch of Highland Heather. But let's just see. It's a bit darker. Let's just go maybe around the outside edge of the middle. Just a little bit of color. It's a little bit darker. Now you could do it however you want. You could add the whole, oh look, I've got a little stencil. It's another technique. Just put it on basic white and go over it and you get a little stencil of your butterfly. So just going to tuck this little guy under the corner. I'm not popping him up. I'm just going to lay him flat. So I'm just going to lift it up a titch, stick him under. Okay. And then let's add some of our gems. I'm going to add a dark one to the middle of my butterfly. And then I'll just grab a couple of other ones. I got a dark one. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change it from my original. I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to put one here. Okay. So that gives you that little triangle between your elements. Okay. So that's the one we just did. Here's the one I did earlier. This one I had the rosemary going down, but this is better. I think this is more balanced. I think this looks a little kind of goofy. So sometimes when you make more than one card, the second card is better. Okay, so that's sort of, we're using just the products from Perennial Lavender, but these were ideas that were sent in an email from Stampin' Up! For alternatives with the paper pumpkin kit. So here's my rendition of that. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So always think about ways that you can case something. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks. Glad you like it. All right, let's go on. Moving on to a second card, which we never do. We usually are on for half an hour, but today we're moving forward. Okay, so what I've done is I've got a piece of crumb cake, and I have embossed it already before we started today. And I used one of my favorite embossing folders, the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. And I've just run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, just like we did before with that gray plate number 4 in the platform. Okay, you can set that aside. Now I've got a bit of pieces here. So I'm going to use that add-on Love of Spring dies. Okay, so this is one of them. It's like this really nice leaf. Okay. And then I'm also going to use the word love. That's one of the dies that's in it. And I'm going to cut it out of Gorgeous Grape, but I'm going to use our adhesive glue here. Now, this one here, this is literally, I spent about 20 minutes looking all over my studio for the adhesive sheets, and I could not find them. So I've obviously put them in a place that I think, oh yeah, I'll put them there. I won't forget. And for some reason, this was the only piece I could find, and it's just making life a little bit difficult for me trying to peel it off. It's because that's the only piece I've got, but there we go. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm taking off one side. Okay, so I'm just peeling this off. And this is just like a liner. You can throw that away. And then I'm going to grab my Gorgeous Grape and I'm going to lay it down. Okay. Now, if you don't want to cut out the just with that glue on the bottom, there's a couple things you could do. You could try and trim it off. I was looking for my embossing buddy, but I can't find it. So I'm just going to use These are scissors that are not special scissors. These are just office scissors. So I wouldn't use my ribbon scissors or my good paper scissors. Okay. Keisha, what do you? They're in a safe place. They are in such a safe place, correct, that they may never be found. I think they're with the masking paper. It's like, wow. Okay, so we're just going to cut that out. And I'm going to show you why this is so fantastic in a minute, okay? We're also going to cut out another few little things. Now, I grabbed one of my favorite die sets, Nested Essential Dies. Okay, look at this. There's all sorts of ones. And the reason it's called nested is because you can use a big one and then you can layer a smaller one inside. So I've got 2 of those. Let me grab those. One I'm going to cut out. Oh, I'm going to cut the same size, actually. I'm going to cut this size out of the basic white. I'm also going to cut it out of Designer Series paper. So this is all our bits that we're cutting out, okay? So let me grab the platform. I'll have to do a couple of passes here because I need 2 of these. And now what I want to do is I don't want this to move while I'm running it through the machine. So what I'm going to do is grab a piece of just repositionable tape just for this one die, the love die, because the rest of them can move and it won't make a big difference, okay? So then we're just going to put our plate on top and give that a little run through off screen. Okay. Oops. Bring that back. I had so many problems with my table shaking the last couple of weeks. It would knock us off the camera, or people were getting vertigo. I mean, it was ridiculous. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this out. Actually, I'm going to leave that on until we use it. I'll show you a trick. And we've got our white piece. Isn't this great? It rounds the corners and then it adds the little stitching. Love that. Okay, so I'm also going to need the same die out of the Designer Series paper. You guys would laugh if you saw how much Designer Series paper I have left. I don't even have the equivalent of 1 sheet. That's how much I've used. So that's why I'm a little skimpy here. So I'm going to tape it so it doesn't move. And we've also got our one more little leaf. And then I want to stamp one of the images. So let's grab that. Got this one, which looks like this. Okay, so let's use, I think I'll use Highland Heather. I think that's a good color. There we go, Highland Heather. So just dark enough. The grape would be even darker, but let's just use Highland Heather. And we do need the coordinating die. So let's grab that one out of its container. There we go. And again, I'm just, because I've got a die that's cutting out a stamped image, I don't want it to move while it's going through the machine. So I am just going to tape it down. I reuse this tape over and over again. Okay. So just stick it to the side of my desk. All right. We've got our, I think that's all we're doing. Yeah. Looks good. Okay. I love when Stampin' Up! Or anybody shares some ideas. If I share an idea, it's for you to use. That's what sharing's about. And so I do the same. I see something that someone's done. I think, oh, that's pretty. And I sometimes I select the you can say case, which is copy and share everything, or can stand for copy and selectively edit. So works both ways. You can make it your own, or just compliment that person by recreating it. Okay, I think I've got all the bits that I need here. I'm saying with hope. Here we go. Okay, here's all our bits. Now, card base. Here we go. Let's see here. Let the one you just made best. Very pretty. Oh, thanks. You guys are so kind today. Okay, so let's grab this piece and let's glue that down. Oh, that's a pretty side too, isn't it? Ooh. Wondering if we should just, you know what? I'll make one with the other side and then we can pick a fave. That's the thing about double-sided paper. It's like, ooh, which one do I like best? Okay. Now, I'm going to pop this layer up. Yeah, I was just checking to make sure. Did I pop this layer up? I did. Okay. Grab our little, as my son used to call it when he was a little boy. Can we put some poppy uppies on there? Why, yes, Ian, we can. Poppy uppies. There we go. Never have too many dimensionals, I say. Lay that down. Okay. Now, remember our word that we ran through. We're going to carefully remove it. There we go. And then when we take this out, we're going to end up with our word. And we fought that glue, remember? So this has actually got glue on the back. Now, this is the pickiest part. I'm not going to lie to you. But there we go. Look at that. It comes right off. This is fantastic for really fine, delicate dies. You can use your glue. I'm pretty good at using my white glue, dabbing it on. But this is so fantastic. And the whole thing is glued down. Okay, not going anywhere. Then we've got our pretty little bouquet and our little sets of leaves. Go. Let's turn that over. And just like on our last card, let's grab the tear and tape and go. And there we go. And I'm not removing that because it's just being held in place. And we're going to pop this up. And like I said, I've cased this, meaning I've copied and selectively edited it. I did not use the same elements nor the same dies, but you can see it works. And we'll grab some linen thread. Can't go wrong with linen thread with this bundle or this suite collection. It just goes fantastic with it because just, I don't know, the naturalness of the linen thread really goes with lavender, I think. When I buy my lavender, which I do at least once a year, I buy a big bunch of lavender and I put it in my bathroom as a bunch. Like I leave it as a bunch and it smells so pretty. And it always comes with this kind of thread around it or jute. Okay, let's get rid of this. All right, now we could add, oh, I just thought of something that I didn't add to the first card, but we can add it to this card. Let's add some Wink of Stella. Can't go wrong with adding a little bit of bling. Can we? Bling, 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 bling. Here we go. With that. And of course, we've got to add some of our gems. My goodness. Okay, let's put a dark one up here. And let's put a lighter one down here. And there we go. Whoop. There. How's that? There's another sample. Now that's the one that I did flip the paper over, made it different than my original, which I'm going to show you. So there's the original. It's just flipped the paper. They're both nice. Okay, you guys, 2 cards in 25 minutes. That's pretty good. Now, should we go for a third? Now, I have not pre-made this card. So this is going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be, we'll see how it works out.
Okay, so I've got a piece of Highland Heather and a piece of Lost Lagoon because I'm not sure which one I want to use. I'm going to have to refer to my picture here. I'm going to use a piece of the Designer Series paper, and I'm going to use one of the postage dies. This is the second largest die. Okay, so this is the second largest die. Just thinking out loud, you guys. I haven't tried this, so I'm not sure it's going to work. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this out, okay? Because I'm not sure this is going to work the way I'm thinking it's going to work. So that's okay. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't. We can change it up. I just didn't get a chance to make a sample of this one, so I'm going to wing it. I'm just going to wing it, okay? So now my question is, if I cut this and flip it over, will that work? I don't know. Let's try. So I want one pattern on the bottom and one pattern on the top. And normally I would just, let's do this. I would just cut it out twice, right? But remember I told you I don't have very much paper left. So I'm kind of at the mercy. Well, that works. That works. Okay. So we're going to have it like that. So the question is, what do we like for the actual color of the card? I don't know. So we've got, that's with the lavender, not the lavender, Highland Heather. That's Highland Heather on the background. And this is Lost Lagoon. Well, we'll think about it and we'll keep going. You guys think about it and tell me which one you like better. Okay, let's stamp some images. I've got, let's see here. I've got this one here, which is a long version, I guess. And I've got Gorgeous Grape. Let's stamp it in Gorgeous Grape. And let's clean this off. There's my chamois. This is the chamois you can get when you join Stampin' Up! During celebration. It comes with the fabulous glass mat. I don't use the glass mat on a presentation because the lights shine on it, which, oops, I kind of dropped that, which is okay, but I prefer to not have that glaring back at me. Okay, and then we could add a fresh freesia. So we get all three colors and radiance of the, there we go, of that particular stamp. Okay, so that works. And we're going to need the die for that, which is this one here. Okay. Also, I don't know if you're anything like me. This is what I do. You like Lost Lagoon? Okay, so Bobby's the only one who's joined in. So I'm going to go with what she says because she typed that. I've gone ahead, you guys, and I have a little thing here. When I cut out images and I'm not going to use them that day, I save them and I put them in this little container. And then I have a bunch to grab, like I'm doing right now. So I've got 2 of those already done. We'll use those, save these for later. And then I only have to cut this guy, which is the Gorgeous Grape, which I just re-inked, so it's nice and grapey. Okay. Right. For those of you who are just joining me for the first time or haven't joined me in a while, I do a live on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is where you are today. And I also do one on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So for Nova Scotia, that would be 2 in the afternoon. Ontario, that would be 1. And for Virginia, the state of Virginia, that would be 1 o'clock also. So 3-hour time difference. Okay. Now, having said all that, I'm not sure I'm going to be on Sunday because I have something exciting that's happening. Even my sisters don't know this. I am moving my studio. I'm moving it out of I don't want to say the basement, but that's where it is, the basement. And I'm moving it upstairs to what is right now a little den. So I'm going smaller, but I'm trying to keep things compact. And so we're going to be starting to move this weekend, so I'm not sure I'll be set up. I'll try and be on. I'll let you know, of course. Okay, so those are the 3 colors. Plus, this has been a pre-stamped piece. Let me show you. That's this guy here. And that's stamped in Lost Lagoon. So let's turn that over. And let's grab some of our tear and tape. And we're just holding this down, almost like a temporary hold, until we get sorted about where we're going to glue it and how we're going to glue it. So that's all I've done. I just kind of anchored them and created a little bouquet. Okay. Okay. So Bobby says Lost Lagoon. So that's what we're going with. Okay. And then I'm going to place this here. It's a pretty simple little card, actually. And then we just need some words. So I grabbed You Are Loved Beyond Measure. And let's use Gorgeous Grape, because why not? And I just need a piece of, I'll just use the other side of this. Oh, wait a minute. I've got a piece. Here we go. A little strip of basic white. Don't know if that's straight. Sometimes I don't stamp straight when I'm on a live. Because, oh, that's good. Because I can't be right over top. Do you guys stamp like over top of your projects? I do. And so if I don't, I can't really see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring in my little trimmer. It's a little trimmer that was a little bonus for Celebration 2 years ago, I think. I really wish they'd bring this and sell it because I love it. All right. Other than the squeak, which my husband has looked at and says it cannot be fixed. You got to live with the squeak. Okay. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. And then we're just going to put the You Are Loved Beyond Measure. Okay, so let's start gluing this down. My white glue. I think you're right, Bobby. I think the Lost Lagoon is the way to go. Pull out those colors in the paper. Pull out those colors in our stamped images. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just line up the seam. This is the one piece. We've just cut it to be smaller. I'm going to line up that seam. Okay. And then we're going to, let's see how we're going to do this. I'm just wondering, popped up or not? I think I'm going to glue this down. Normally I would pop this up, but for this particular presentation, I think glued down would be better. So just going to do this, maybe like that. Okay. Hold it in place. And then let's pop up the words. Okay. Or the sentiment. Now, I just was thinking I could have run this through. I could have run it through with the die, and it would have created the little cuts on the side. But next time I make this card, I'll do that. Okay, next, let's just add some of our gems. And I am pulling one of these. This is Rich Razzleberry. It's another one of the colors in the, okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, might as well, if I haven't lost track of it, because of course we all lose track of stuff. I was going to add some Wink of Stella, but it's either right in front of me or it's jumped off the table. I'm not sure which. All right, let's make a space. Oh, there it is. See, it always shows up. Now I just have to figure out what the heck did I do with those adhesive sheets. Now, for those of you who want to join the class, but you don't live in Canada, I'm not allowed to send you a product-based class. Like I can't send you the product. However, you can still join by purchasing the PDF, which is for 6 cards, and it's $18 Canadian. So if you don't live in Canada, you can order it. And so that's really reasonably priced. Oh, where's my third one? And then you can still come and join us, and you'll still get all the videos and the PDF. Okay, so these are the 3 cards that I cased off of the email I got today. So this is this one, and then this one here is this one, and then this one here is this one. So you can see it's pretty easy to case things, right? Now, do you want to see some more cards? I'm going to remind you of some cards that I've already shown you these cards lots of times, but I'm going to just show them to you again. Here's one here that my sister Mo made me. It is a floating card. There is a piece of window sheet under there. And so then just strips of the DSP going across, which is really nice. Here's one that I did on a live the other day. I can't remember, recently. And we've used those 2 postage dies. Here's another one that we did together on a live. You can find all my videos on my page, my Stamp Crazy with Alison Facebook page, or you can go to YouTube, Stamp Crazy with Alison on YouTube, subscribe, and you will see all my videos there, okay? And then lastly, I think I did show you that, guys, this. I showed you how to make a card, a twist and flip card, and I think I showed you this one. Did I show you this one? This is the one with the products from the Perennial Lavender. Okay, so I didn't make it on a video, but I showed you. So then we're going to open it up and it's going to pop. And then here's our little panels. So you can see I just stamped this one. These are just stamped images. Use the DSP. Here's the one here. This is really cool. This is the die from the Perennial postage, and you ink it up and then you run it through the die machine and it embosses it and stamps it. So cool. Here's another one. These are very simple little panels. And lastly, we've got this one with our little butterfly that we've colored. Okay, so that's the Popsy, and we're going to flip it and pop and twist, and it's gone back in. Okay, so I'll just lay these down again, and you can have a review at them as we go back over to our other view. Here we go, over here, and here I am. Okay, who else jumped on here? Janice, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, thank you so much. Lavender is beautiful, but it gives me a headache. You know, it's funny because it gives my husband a headache too. I think that's why he stays out of that bathroom. There's lots of scents like that, right? I use peppermint. My kids use it for headaches, like they put it on the back of their necks. They roll it from, sage, the essential oil company. And I use it. Sometimes in the winter it's dry, and so I have a kind of an itchy place on my back. And my husband rolls that on, and he really hates the peppermint. Really hates it. Thanks, you guys. The floating card, yeah, that was my sister Mo that did that, Bobby. Isn't it cool? It's just a piece of. It's a piece of. Can you see that? Yeah, window sheet. I don't know if you can see. And then she's just glued the pieces on. So it gives that illusion of floating and then popped it up. Oh, thanks, Alexina. That's really sweet of you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, you guys. So I might see you on Sunday, right? Depending if I have things set up. Or I might wait till after my live on Sunday to even start. So I hope I'll be there. But of course, I always post. Hi, Karen. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't see you pop on there. I miss when people pop on unless they comment. So there might be more of you watching that I can't see. You can only see the people who comment.
All right, you guys. So lastly, let me remind you that this is the Love of Spring dies, right? There's the number 164396. That's 1650 is Canadian. Please join my class on February 3rd. You're gonna get all that fabulous product, and we're gonna make 6 cards. And what else? If you want to shop with me, if you're living in Canada, you can shop with me at shopcrazywithallison.com. And please use the host code for January. When you use a host code and your order is $50 or more, I send you a gift in the mail. It's usually embellishments and, of course, a thank you card. And you also get a 12 PDF video series tutorial. And this month we used Lighter Than Air, which is fabulous. So I do this with demonstrators from around the world. Some of them you may know. Erica Serwin, Kylie Bertucci, just trying to think of all the people, Dina Recco. We all do these together, and we each do one project. And then we create a fabulous PDF with video, and you can earn that for free with any order from me, or you can purchase it. It's $19.50 a month to purchase it. Okay. All right. I think that's all. Does that anybody have any questions? I will go back to the comments. Who's got any questions? Oh, you're very welcome, you guys. Excellent. All right. Listen, we were longer than usual. Usually, you guys, I'm only 30 minutes. I really pride myself in sticking to 30 minutes. But I really wanted to show you the 3 cards and how simple they are to make with the products you already have. Okay? All righty. Have a great rest of the day. And I hope you get some stamping, and I'll see you Sunday. Okay, bye for now.